I've been choosing my word of the year wrong this whole time, and it almost broke me. For years, I'd sit down on January 1st and force myself to pick something that sounded impressive, productive, like what a good productivity coach should choose. Here's what almost broke me: trying to live up to words that look good on paper but felt terrible in my soul. This is the truth that changed everything for me. Choosing what looks good creates a burden, but choosing what you need creates support. I'm Catherine Avery, ADHD coach, who, just like you, has 50 tabs open in my brain at once. Some are frozen, some are playing music I can't remember, and at least 3 are trying to update when my battery is already on low. I've spent the last decade helping midlife women with ADHD turn chaos into clarity, and I've lived that journey myself. And that journey taught me something that's crucial. My best words, ease, pause, inspire hope, all found me when I desperately needed them. You might be wondering how that works in practice. Well, this year showed me exactly why forcing your word will backfire. And here's the story that proves it. This winter, I'm not charging out of the gate. I'm focusing much more on rest than on resolve. Strange thing to admit for an ADHD productivity coach. But sometimes productivity needs to look and feel and be like rest. I'm in a liminal time, taking life moment by moment. Less schedule, more surrender. My 50s, and how in the Sam hell am I already 60, often felt like pushing a boulder uphill. First cancer, then a pandemic, then years of senior caregiving. A lot of it felt like loss. Felt like, when would it finally be my turn? Lately, I've been easing into shifting that story to noticing what I've gained, the places I've made a difference, even when they don't match the traditional, external, Wall Street version of success that I grew up with. You can take the girl out of Wall Street, but apparently it's harder to take Wall Street out of the girl. Those old benchmarks still whisper in my ear like a persistent stock ticker, always measuring, always demanding more. Because of all this, my usual rhythm of intentions, plans, tasks, and actions isn't happening yet. And that's exactly when my word found me. I kept seeing a line from a poem by John Rodell, and I saw it quoted twice in this past month. Let me be water. That's usually a sign. Then I found myself sitting in the back room of the radiology department for the second time in a week, while staff once again tried to untangle a scheduling mess they'd assured me was already resolved. It wasn't. I was frustrated. So I folded my hands over my heart and I recited, "Let me be water," over and over again until maybe, just maybe, I could feel a bit more like water and less like pushing the damn boulder up the hill again. Think of Sisyphus. When I got home, I found the poem. I read it and I let it sink into my soul. So here's the poem. Here's the truth. I've spent most of my life trying to be made of stone, trying to be unshakable, pretending I didn't break 100 times a day. But when I'm cornered between the rock and the hard place, what I really want is to flow. Flow, 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 flow. Let me be water, the quiet that wears mountains down, the tide that keeps returning the river that carves granite. Let me be water, the rippling mirror that reveals the heavens to itself. Boy, did that poem ever land. That's when I knew. Water wasn't just a word. It's exactly what I needed to make my way through this way station season. You might be wondering how you find your word. Here's what I've learned about choosing a word of the year throughout my years. Don't choose what you want. Choose what you need. Most people choose aspirational words: discipline, focus, consistency. Ugh, what feels fun about that? Instead, ask yourself, what feels scarce for me right now? What am I resisting in my life or work? What would help support my nervous system this year? Your word will wrap you in a blanket, not feel like a chain around your ankle. Don't force it. Let your word reveal itself. Pay attention to those phrases and ideas that keep showing up. Lines that pop out at you in books or poems. Words that you feel in the soft animal of your body. Thanks, Mary Oliver, for that. Before your brain registers them, right? Body, then brain. Your word will land on you like the first warm day of spring. You don't plan for it. You just step outside and feel it on your skin. If a word keeps tapping you on the shoulder or hitting you over the head with a cosmic 2x4, listen. But once you have your word, here's the mistake that trips up most people. Your word is a question, not a command. Instead of, I must do my word today, try, how could I use my word in this moment? How could I bring a little more of my word to support me today? Your word is your friend, not your master. I want this year to be flow, to be ease instead of efforting, to get me where I need to go, not by pushing, but by hopping in the boat and trusting the water. Faith in the water. Let me be water. You might be wondering how to apply this to your own life, especially if you think you've missed the window. You haven't missed the window. Words don't follow the calendar. They follow seasons of the soul. And your season might just be beginning. Stop forcing. Start listening. What word is finding you this year? Tell me in the comments below.